going to go through the process of doing a manual regen. Sometimes you're out on the road and you've been in a lot of idling position or in a lot of traffic, and you'll get the icon that tells you that the bus needs a regen. So the process for that is the same on any bus, no matter what brand it is. The only difference is that where the location of the button is actually to start it. But the process to start the manual regen is you release the parking brake, and then you put the parking brake back on, and then you put the bus from neutral to drive to neutral, and then you have 30 seconds to go back to the back of the bus and hold the regen button down until you hear the engine RPM actually increase while you're holding that button down. Once the engine RPM is increased, then it's doing a manual regen. The process takes from I've seen them as little as 20 minutes to as long as an hour and 10 minutes. So somewhere in between those two times is going to be done. When the engine actually idles down, it's done with the regen. You'll usually have an icon on the dash that's telling you that the exhaust is hot until it's actually cooled back down, probably 10 minutes after it's done with the regen. So you'll want to, once it's done with the regen, you want to let it continue to idle until the dash goes back to a normal icon. So when you release the parking brake, the computer looks for this light here. You see this light says that the parking brake's on. This is a Van Hool, so you'll see this one on a Van Hool. On a Tempsa, it'll have one down on the screen. So when you release the parking brake, you got to make sure that that light goes out. Okay, so it takes a minute. See, the light's out. So now I'm putting the parking brake back on. Now I'm going to go from neutral to drive. Okay, and then went to 1, back to neutral. And then we have 30 seconds to go outside, and we're going to walk out to the bus, the button in the back. This one's not going to do it because it doesn't need a regen. It'll only do a force regen when it's required. So that's basically the process. It's just the location of the button is the only thing that's